of Side Project Live. This is Jimmy G, and yeah, there's no intro music or anything like that this morning, and that is mainly because I'm on my laptop at the Brewed Awakenings coffee shop. You may have remembered this from when we did our show with Brian Lambrecht a while back. And there we go. I'm sitting here. I'll be here till 10:30 this morning, and I've got right here. If I can find it. A petition to get libertarian candidates on the ballot here in Illinois. So if you're in the Morris area, come down for the farmers market today. Stop in here, and we'll sign you up. So just waiting on my co-host to join us. So just want to put a few things out there. First of all, if you want to reach us, you can contact us at 815-200-4912. Leave a voicemail, and we might play that on the show. Our Twitter handle is @thesideproject2. Our email is thesideproject2@gmail.com. You can use the hashtag TSPLive. And if you want to help sponsor the show, you can contact us at patreon.com/TSPLive. And we do have our t-shirt back up in the Radio Fubar store. So if you want to check that out, go to radiofubar.bigcartel.com. And any help that you can send our way would be most appreciated, because, you know, we kind of do this as a hobby, but we want to kind of upgrade the internet and the PCs that we use for our sound, and you know, that would be very, very nice. And as you can see, I'm here by my lonesome right now, and we're going to see what we can do here. Got a few things I'd like to. Let me see here. Oh, I got a new tweet. What do we have? Oh, that's from the Onion. The first thing I want to do is let you know that the Illinois State LP is trying to raise $13,500 toward the petition drive, and the petition drive is halfway over, and we've only got $5,400 in the bank right now, according to the Illinois Libertarian Party website. So anything you can do to help out there, just go to lpillinois.org, and all that information is there. Quick rundown of all of our statewide candidates. We've got Chad Grimm for governor. He's running for governor. I'm trying to get him on the show to talk a little bit. Alex Cummings for lieutenant governor. Ben Coyle for attorney general. Trying to get him on the show. Julie Fox for comptroller. I'm trying to get her back on the show. We'll have to see what happens there. Chris Michael for secretary of state. Matthew Skopek for treasurer, and we're still trying to get Sharon Hansen on the show. She's running for U.S. Senate against. Is it Durbin? Is it Durbin that's up for re-election? I think so. Anyway, she's running for Senate, and you know, let's be perfectly honest. This state deserves better. We've got a dyed-in-the-wool liberal Democrat. We got a dyed-in-the-wool liberal Republican running the Senate in this state. So anything we can do to get them ousted would be a great help. As I take a sip of my cinnamon tea, and just want to thank the people here at Brewed Awakenings for letting me do my show here, and I encourage everybody, if you're in Morris today, once again for the farmers market, stop on in here, grab a coffee or tea. They have really awesome tea here, and you know, throw a few bucks their way. So okay, so there we go. As far as the Patreon thing, the website is patreon.com. I was when I first heard of the site, I thought patron, P-A-T-R-O-N, but no, that's not. Patreon with an E. So it's patreon.com/TSPLive. And if you support us for just $2 or more per episode, we will mention your name, excuse me, on our in our donor hall of fame. If you pledge $25 or more per episode, we'll also mention you in our donor hall of fame. We'll include a CD or DVD, depending on how it goes, of every show we've produced thus far the raw audio, the promotional materials you can print and hand out, and a special message from Lek and myself. And this includes not just the shows that have been on Radio Fubar, but this also includes the shows that we've done since day one. And that's almost 125 shows. Actually, next week will be 125 shows. So, hey, that's quite a deal. And if you pledge $100 or more per episode, I'll hand over 15 minutes of show time to give you an interview. Plus, you'll get the CD mentioned during our Donor Hall of Fame, and might just hand over more time per episode to interview you. So, hey, what a bargain. And still waiting for my co-host to show up here. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what's going on here. Read you some questions here. Now this is for the people that are out, would like to go out and solicit signatures. First of all, you can go to the Illinois Libertarian Party website. You can actually download the petitions. There is a link to a petition drive page. I'll give you the full URL here. lpillinois.org/petition. Everything you need there. Instructions on how to collect the signatures. Right now, we need 25,000 signatures to get on the ballot, which is, as we've discussed on the show previously, is total bullshit. And because the Democrats and the Republicans only have to get 2,500, but we need 25,000. But we're shooting for 42,000 signatures by the I believe it's the second week of June. June 20th. We've got until June 20th, so we got only a little over a month. And we've only got 17,000 signatures so far. So anything anybody can do to help would be most appreciated. And anyway, we need a minimum of 25,000, but the politicians in Illinois, the Democrats and the Republicans, they don't like competition. So they're going to hire lawyers to challenge every single signature that's on that ballot. So the state LP is looking for 42,000 signatures, which should be enough buffer to get on the ballot and stay there. And you can also donate to the state LP right from the website to help with the lawyers and to fight the petition challenges. And we've gone on and on about that, and it's my opinion that we as libertarians, really we as a third party, should be getting together with the other third parties here in Illinois to do what we can to fight these restrictions, because this is, as I've said, it's total bullshit. Why we have a fraction of the people in the state, but yet we have to get 10 times the signatures? I mean, that's a huge failing of democracies. I mean, the wolves are in charge of the hen house, and it's crap, and we need to do everything we can to fight it, but we can't do that without the help and support of our fellow, rabble-rousers in the third parties, and we can't do that without your help as well. But I'm going to read you some more stuff here. Here is an overview. This is from the Illinois LP website. Still fighting scoff. Our petition drive overview. Okay. Imagine that the November 2014 election was being held today. You'd walk into the voting booth and review the choices for governor and senator. Each would look like this. Democrat, vote for the government running everyone's lives in a blue way. Green, vote for the government running every lives in a green way. Republican, vote for the government running everyone's lives in a red way. Do you want a better choice? Libertarian, vote for peaceful, honest people running their lives their own way. If you think that government meddling, taxing, and spending are out of control, you want to vote Libertarian in the next general election. Illinois, will you be able to vote Libertarian? Illinois election law requires us to collect requires us to collect 42,000. It's actually 25,000, but like I said, we're trying to get 42,000 so that we can survive the legal challenges. Petition signatures between March 25th and June 23rd, just to have a reasonable shot at getting our candidates on the ballot. Now, I know I said the 20th. They want to have them all in by the 20th so that we can get them properly notarized and to the correct people with time to spare. We plan to collect those signatures with a combination of volunteer and paid petitioners. Can we get enough volunteers to collect enough signatures? Can we raise enough money to pay for the rest? Only you can tell us. Now, I have to chime in here. I have been extremely busy and have just not gotten a chance to get out and collect any signatures. I was planning on it today, and doing my show, but I just didn't have the support that I needed this morning to get out and do it. So I've got some other plans in the works, some other ideas, but if you're in Morris, Illinois, like I said, come on down to the Brewed Awakenings coffee shop here. I'll be here till 10:30, and I'll be here, and I've got a petition here. I'll take your signatures, and might just solicit the people here for signatures. You never know. I'm pretty nervous about that sort of thing, but we'll see what happens. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Just to have a reasonable shot at getting our candidates on the ballot. We plan to collect the signatures. Okay. Okay, will you take action right now? Pledge to collect signatures. You can gather signatures by walking around your neighborhood, visiting busy locations, or attending events like fairs or parades. A pledge of 100 signatures would be excellent, but all pledges are welcome. Donate so that others can collect signatures for you, as the cappuccino machine goes on behind me. I don't mind it. We estimate that each paid signature will cost $2, so a $40 donation will purchase 20 signatures. We're happy to accept any amount you can give. You can become an area coordinator, notary, or validity checker. Volunteers are needed in all aspects of the drive. Contact us and we'll find a volunteer spot for you. You can target a donation to cover specific costs. It takes $500 to purchase the Illinois voters list from the State Board of Elections. Another $500 will purchase LP Illinois brochures for our petitioners to hand out to signers. Assembling and copying our stack of completed petitions will also cost about $500. If you want to vote for the Libertarian candidates in November 2014, donate today on our website or email campaign@lpillinois.org with your volunteer pledge. You will be contributing to a better ballot for every voter in Illinois, providing support to our Libertarian candidates and building liberty for yourselves, your family, your community, and your country. Thank you. And one thing, an idea I had is I'm going to also I'm going to contact my my state representative, my state senator, and tell them about my dissatisfaction with the way that the laws are written here in Illinois for third-party access. It's total bullcrap, as I've said before. I've been using that word a lot lately, and it needs to change. We can't have a democracy. We can't have anything like that, remotely like that, unless, every qualified candidate can run. Everybody, the petition thing is just a way to keep us down because they know that we are, at their mercy. And on the local level, it gets worse. What isn't? Let me look here. I do apologize for the cough. Okay, Jonathan Parker is running for state representative in the 37th district, which includes New Lenox, the far eastern part of Joliet, Frankfort, Mokina, that whole area, and he's got to get 2,500 signatures. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the Democrat and Republican candidates only have to get 250. 250, that's easy, but in a district that size that Jonathan Parker's got, not so much. And if you're out in that area, if you live in that area, contact him, and he's on Facebook, and I'm sure he'll be able to help you get your name on a petition, direct you where to go. And as long as I'm here, I'm going to tell you who we got running. Did I already go through this? I think I did already go through this, the list of candidates, but I'll go through it again. Chad Grimm for governor, Alex Cummings for lieutenant governor, Ben Coyle for attorney general, Julie Fox for comptroller. She's a really, really nice person, and she's the only one running for comptroller that has any experience as a bookkeeper, as an actuary. So you're gonna elect somebody running in the two major parties who doesn't have any experience doing that? Career politicians? Or are you going to elect something that actually has the experience and knows what side is up? Just throwing that out there. Chris Michael, he's running for Secretary of State. Matthew Skopek for Treasurer. Sharon Hansen for Senate. Yeah, I did read this, but oh well. Ryan DeBoer. I can never pronounce that. D-E-B-O-E-R. DeBoer. DeBoer. He's running representative in the 33rd District. Jonathan Parker, as I mentioned, State Representative 37th. And Richard Clark is running for State Representative in the 68th, which is, I believe, up in the Rockford area. It looks like my co-host is here. Hey, Luck, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going out there?
Holding my own. As you can see, I'm back at the coffee shop here in town doing the show. Figured it'd be better to get out, and I've been telling everybody what's up with the Illinois petitioning campaign, and I'm going to keep mentioning this throughout the show that I'm going to be here at the Brewed Awakenings coffee shop until 10:30. So if anyone's in the Morris area coming down for the farmers market, which I wanted to canvass today, but couldn't get anyone to. I wanted to do that and then get the show running while on the air, but I would need somebody to do the laptop while I'm on the phone, and I couldn't get anybody to do it. And you can hear the cappuccino machine behind me.
Yeah,
And
back in. Go ahead. Sorry.
As I say, and as I said before, come on down. If you come down here to sign, support the business, buy a coffee or tea, and as I've said earlier, they have the most awesome tea in town.
Mm-hmm.
This is a cinnamon tea. Actually, at home, I've been experimenting with that. I've been making hot tea, mostly iced tea, and I've been putting cinnamon and grinding fresh ginger into it, and man, that stuff is wicked awesome.
Oh, good. Well, glad you like it. When I if I wish I were out there, because I hang out at coffee houses quite often, and I go to coffee houses probably 100 times as much as I go to bars. And in fact, a lot of filmmaker meetings up here in Indianapolis are in coffee houses, so it's a place I feel right at home. And then I love farmers markets as well, so. Yeah, I wish I could be out there today, but I'm glad you're out there doing your part for liberty, and I think it's not only as much as I hate the fact that the Democrats and Republicans have put all us other parties on an unlevel playing field. These petition drives. You got to look at the bright side. The petition drives do give an opportunity to outreach.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that might be the very first time a person has ever heard of the Libertarian Party, and it gives you an opportunity to answer questions and open up. When I first started telling people about the Libertarian Party, over 10 years ago, one of the most common things I would hear in response is that the party that wants to legalize drugs? And so, there are so many, and of course we do, but it's not that simple. I mean, a lot of people have, who think that they just have a very shallow view, like we believe, and just hang out and, get stoned, do whatever you want, and it's all good. And of course we don't believe that at all, but, we believe in individual responsibility. We think it's unfortunate that some people do make poor choices about what substances to consume, but... As
everybody who's been with the show knows, about, I don't know, last summer or whatever, I came out on the show as atheist, because I've been just reading a lot of skeptical literature and stuff, and part of the part of reading about skepticism and putting all of that into my brain also brought me some insight as to how to conduct arguments. And when you said that somebody came up to you and said that, oh, Libertarian Party, is that the party that wants to legalize drugs?
Yeah, I got that from quite a few people, in fact.
Yeah. What you need to do is, instead of saying yes, you say, and you know, once again, critical thinking.
Yeah.
No, we are not the party that wants to legalize drugs. We are the party that wants you to make the decision for yourself, whether to do them or not.
That's a good way to put a spin on it. Yeah.
Because that's true. I mean, it's
yeah.
because and one thing, and I've brought it up before, and I'm going to keep bringing it up because I think it's an important point to hammer home, is that we aren't. People are like, well, you guys are selfish. I mean, you just want these rights for yourself. You know, you just want to be able to carry guns wherever you want, or do drugs, or you know, screw a dog or whatever. But the actual truth is that, yeah, sure, we would like the rights to be able to do whatever we want, but we want you to have those rights too. And in fact, we believe that our philosophy is more respecting of human dignity than the two major philosophies of conservatism and liberalism, which really aren't much different. I recall seeing a political quiz a while back, and during when I think Obama ran for the first time, and you know, you've seen the quizzes. You've got the authoritarian, blah blah blah, and according to this quiz, and it tracked famous people. First of all, it said I was more libertarian than Ayn Rand, if you can believe that.
Yeah, I probably would have too.
She hated the party, but smack in the middle of the graph, Obama and W were right next to each other. I mean, that really has to tell you something.
It does, you know, and, you know, George Bush, in the end, you know, here's one problem I have with liberal Bush bashers, and I'm not talking just about the ones who, as I've said many times on this show before and outside of the show, that I believe were really more anti-Republican than the anti-war, since you know, most of them think it's perfectly fine for Obama to get involved in whatever wars he wants to, or perpetuate the Bush wars. But further than that, a lot of liberals kept portraying Bush as some right-wing zealot. No, Bush was just a tyrant, and Obama is just a tyrant.
And the thing that gets me is with the name calling and the hypocrisy. Now, I am guilty of it, but it's like you got people up there like Nancy Pelosi saying, talking all of this crap or whatever, and and it's talking all this crap about the other team, and you got people like Rush Limbaugh talking crap about the other team. It's like when the Cubs and the Cardinals play in a baseball game. Now, I hate the Cardinals with every fiber of my being, and and they play. And Cubs fans are talking trash about Cardinals. Cardinals are talking trash about the Cubs. And you guys haven't won the World Series since 1908. And we're like, oh yeah, well we still got an all-time head-to-head matchup against the Cardinals. We're 100 games up on you.
Really? Okay.
So it keeps going back and forth. But all of the name calling from both sides, and like I said, I'm guilty of it, prevents people from watching. Prevents people from seeing what's really going on in the field and talking about the events on the field and appreciating a good game and being disgusted at a bad game without the personal bashing. And that's what the political system is. I mean, they're so involved with trash talking the other team that they're not paying attention to the game.
Yeah, it comes down to it where about 90% of the people on both sides of the fence treat it like a chess game whose only object is to win. It's like we're in a state of perpetual war. We have the federal agents raiding medical marijuana labs left and right, even more than under Bush. But hey, we got a Democrat in the White House. And so I think it really should make people wake up, because, like I said, anybody, any true liberal, if he or she is honest with himself or herself, would despise Obama, and would have voted for Jill Stein in the last election. Jill Stein at least was in line with us on those issues on which liberals and libertarians have historically agreed. I'm talking about civil liberties,
Hmm.
General personal freedom, obviously guns being an exception. That's one episode, one issue on which, and which is one reason why I don't like the assertion that libertarians are socially liberal. No, we're socially libertarian. There's a difference. I mean, we have some
That
things.
actually, I heard a better one the other day. Um, the libertarians are socially tolerant and fiscally responsible.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it as well. And
I think that's a better way because we don't. And you know what? Let's be honest.
mhm.
Let's be totally honest here. Libertarians are the liberals because liberal meant tolerance and responsibility and all of that. And the party that calls himself liberal now is anything but. I mean,
Yeah,
they support the same wars that they decried Bush for. They support the expansion of the police state. Have you seen the pictures of that giant uh, email and phone call listening facility that the NSA built out in Utah?
no,
This thing is massive. It's like rivals the largest shopping malls. And
yeah,
in fact, there's been such a outcry over this thing that um, that a bunch of local activists there. In fact, actually, no, I don't think it's the activists. I think it's the town it's affiliated with has been trying to shut off the water to the place, and they need with all
Did you
those
say
computers,
Utah?
they need water for cooling
Did
the machines.
you say Utah?
Yeah, out
Okay.
in Utah.
Well, here's the thing with Utah. Of course, Utah is a heavily Mormon state, as you know, and the thing is, while people in Utah are very conservative on most issues, they're also very suspicious of a large federal government. So yeah, I can see why the locals wouldn't like that out there, and um, so yeah, and I really hope that becomes a key issue in these elections here in 2014, as well as of course the big presidential election in 2016. And I really hope that Gary Johnson will stay active, and and not just Gary Johnson, but everybody who runs every libertarian-minded candidate, whether he runs with the LP, runs Republican, or whatever. Even Jesse Ventura, who's become much more of a libertarian in recent years and endorsed both Ron Paul and Gary Johnson 2 years ago, he says he's thinking about running as an independent in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but yeah, we have to make that an issue. And it's one thing I've heard is that's especially a winning issue among young voters. They don't like the fact that the government has admitted that they do keep all of our phone records.
Yeah.
Now they claim they don't listen in. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But the point is, they could be listening. They have the potential to, and we certainly think that they're shifty enough to do it. So obviously, the more power we can curb of theirs, the better. And these have to be, and obviously neither neither establishment, neither party is likely to do that. I mean, Obama has he portrayed himself as very much a typical social liberal when he first ran in 2008. He's turned out to be, okay, he's for gay marriage, but really, what else has he done? And of course, obviously, a lot of us as libertarians, we say government shouldn't even be defining marriage at all. But yeah, Obama really has, and I remember you pointed out that his original campaign for president website said that he was for marijuana legalization, but he took it down, after he hooked in a few legalization advocates who,
I will say this, though. From what I've heard from him in recent days, within the last several months, it does sound like that he is not going to target states that have legalized marijuana now. Granted, politicians and people in different departments in the government said they still want to do it, but Obama says he's not going to press any states, and because of that, there's talk in Illinois now about legalizing marijuana.
And here's the thing, here's this. Let's say, for example, it's legalized that marijuana is legalized in Illinois. Well, then you're going to have people from Indiana, because I can be there in about an hour and 15 minutes across the border. People from Kentucky, Missouri, Iowa, Wisconsin. I think did I cover every bordering state? Michigan.
Okay. Illinois does technically have a border with Michigan, but it's out in the middle of Lake Michigan.
Okay. It's like a boat ride across.
Wisconsin, Iowa, Missouri, Kentucky, and Indiana.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a trivia question: What state borders the most other states?
Oh God, let me. Virginia?
It's a Midwestern state. I'll give you that hint.
Okay. Let me think here. Indiana only borders 4, so it wouldn't be that. Iowa, maybe?
Missouri.
Okay.
It borders Iowa, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas. I believe a little bit of Oklahoma,
Mm-hmm.
Kansas,
Yeah.
and Nebraska.
Okay. The 8.
I believe 8.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
I didn't know that. Yeah. Indiana, we just have one in
It's
each.
7 or 8. It's 7 or
Yeah.
8, but Missouri does border the most. I'd have to look at my map. But anyway, bit of
Yeah.
trivia. Before we go on any further, I'm going to bring this up a couple of times. Tonight in River Grove, Illinois, at Club Amore, from 7 p.m. to midnight. It's at 8166 West Grand Avenue. The Illinois Libertarian Party is having a petition drive fundraiser. There's going to be live music. Going to be able to meet the candidates. They're going to have auction for items up there. And I'm going to be there probably around 8-ish and hopefully get to interview some of the candidates. And a good time will be had by all. Our friend Brian Scott Lambrecht, who, man, he is one of the most awesome people I think we've ever interviewed on this show. I'm surprised that guy gets any sleep at all because he's got so many irons and so many different fires. It's just amazing. But him and his band are going to perform there, and there you go. So I'm going to be meeting up with him, and hopefully I'll be getting to talk to some candidates and stuff. I'm contemplating actually doing a special episode of the show live from there, but I don't know if that place has Wi-Fi. If they do, I will. If not, I'll just record the interviews and we'll play them over the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
By the way, I got something I want to discuss with you after the show because I got an idea for next week's show. It'd be something a topic totally different than what we've ever done before, and something that has personally affects me. But just so our viewers know, I do have the on Google Hangouts. I do have the Q&A thing, the Q&A app open, so you can visit our page on. If you're on our page, you can submit us some questions. And hold on. Hold on. They can only hear me. They can't hear you.
Really?
Yeah. Hold on a second.
But
boy. That was my brother that brought that up. Let's see here. Test. Test. Say something like.
Yeah. Hello. Testing.
Okay.
Hopefully everybody can hear me. I hope that when you release this episode, hopefully my voice will be included.
Yeah. Well, what will happen is it is recording.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I think your volume is down pretty low. Hold on a second. Say something again.
Testing. This is Lek Zorn for the Side Project Live.
The thing that sucks the most is that we got a good episode going.
I know, yeah.
But I'll fix that in post-production. Say something else again.
Testing 1.
Okay, that meter is showing everything, but the meter for No, I don't want that set to default microphone. I want it set to test. Hello. Say something, Lek.
Testing.
Again?
Testing. Hello.
Let's see here. Let me see here. I might have to